Hi friends, new and old. Welcome back to the channel. It's your FriendCHIP, and today we're going to take a look at the Rochester Village Gate toy show. We went to this last year and it was really fruitful when it came to My Little Ponies. We even found a giant bag of Bitsy Bears. Really exciting to add to the collection, and I thought I can't miss it when it comes up again. So we're going to take another run this year at the Village Gate Toy Show and see if we can find some more My Little Ponies, see if maybe there's some other goodies sprinkled around that we don't normally get to see. I'm definitely on the hunt for My Little Ponies. I would do Bitsy Bears if I saw them again. I'd love to find some Gem in the holograms, maybe some really cool Barbie fashions. Fairy tale birds would be nice to add a couple more of those to the collection. I'm always on the hunt for Castle Cape gargoyles. I had one as a child. I haven't found him yet, but he was like a big part of my childhood toy collection. So I would like to find some more of those. I think the white one is really interesting. They had glow in the dark eyes and a brushable tail, and they were just so funny. I loved their big toes. Tea bunnies is another one. Some rainbow Brite would be really fun. I'm always on the hunt for a handful of different things that either I missed out as a kid on getting, or I'm just a big fan of that particular toy line, and I would love to have a couple of those to the collection. So let's take a look at what they offered this time. I love those Ninja Turtle little action figures. The frog. It's so funny. Hot Wheels and some chicken nuggets. Some older video games. And then this table had a bunch of Barbies, a whole bunch of bins of different Barbies. Look at that parrot. The Ratatouille mice are cute. There's one of those Barbies that has the lighter rollerblades. So funny. I haven't seen one that wasn't Barbie herself. Look at her giant feet. Sparkly mesh crop top. And then the lady came over and was like, oh, by the way, all of the Barbies are priced, they're marked. Me and my sisters, we have a whole bunch of Barbies together, so we're selling them. And she was saying that if I bought a whole bunch of them, she'd give me a better price, so just take a look at what's there. And she was showing me like on the back where the price was. I don't normally want too many of these dolls, but I do think it's really cool to just see them. I really liked this one. I liked her jewelry, I liked her outfit. One of the beach towels. liked her outfit too. She had a lot of really cool Barbies. And there's some My Little Ponies on this table. We have Merryweather. I think this might be Autumn Crisp. And then Cotton Candy and Minty. The Minty had really nice pink hair. Some McDonald's ones. This one had a lot of action figures added as well. Look at this funny cat thing. And then look at these little adorable Frosty the Snowman family. A table full of Pokemon cards. These people had a lot of really cool things. There's a couple of Monster High dolls on here. This one was really cool. I liked her colors. I'm not positive who it is though. I think it might, is it a fusion one? I don't know. I thought she was cool. And then there's Operetta. I think Operetta is my least favorite. I'm just not a huge fan of her. I don't really like her color scheme. I see that Barbie Dream House magnet board thing all the time. Page Master. I've been wanting to watch that movie recently. Darkwing Duck. I loved these little like Disney comic figures. If it had been a Little Mermaid one, I probably would have picked that. They had some Monster High dolls here, G3. And some box from G1. These little Chinlock figures. Love the Dark Crystal. Labyrinth. Both really good ones. And some cool little comics here, the Chip and Dale ones. I've seen some Donald Duck ones before and some Little Mermaid ones. I'd probably pick up Little Mermaid ones. Lots of Star Trek stuff. And there's quite a few tables here that don't even have anybody at them yet. We got here really early. We got here maybe like, I mean, we were here before it was open, but we got into the building probably 5-10 minutes after it opened. a big snowstorm on the way, so we wanted to make sure we got in, got to see some stuff, and got out and got back on the way. They had a whole bunch of these tables too that had 3D printed stuff. Some really cool things. All these fun board games. I like the Goosebumps one. One of my favorite board games is Atmosphere. We had one of those elf plushies growing up. He talked too. Ours had a voice box. These guys had so many action figures, and what I really liked about their tables was that everything was priced. Everything was really well laid out, well organized. They had all these really cool Ninja Turtle things. The blimp is really cool. I don't know if this is Ninja Turtles or like one of those battle troll things. I always thought Ninja Turtle had really cool, like, villain action figures. There's a couple of ponies here. We have a Sundance. Megan in Sundance still has the bridle. We have a Peachy. And then a So Soft Scrumptious. And this guy wanted to offer me a combined price for all three of the ponies. I only really was interested in Scrumptious, so I didn't need a combined price. But he did give me a nice price on Scrumptious, so that was our first pickup of the day. Did not see a lot of like Gem and the Holograms or anything like we did last time. There was even a whole bunch of like cars and stuff for them. These really old Strawberry Shortcake. I'm not a Strawberry Shortcake fan or collector, but I thought these were really cool. I don't normally see these particular characters, you know. They're pretty cool. This guy had some really cool stuff. There's some Strawberry Shortcake in here. This little girl was cool. I don't know who she is. She kind of looked like a Cherry Mary Muffin. And then there's a little Sprite. Really cute. This had some fairy tale birds in it. A couple other things. I don't know what she is. And then a lady, Lovely Locks. I've never seen one in person. I've never seen one. She's super cute. I actually like her in person a lot more than I've seen in pictures and things. And look at this one. A different colored one. I don't know anything about them, but I think they're really cute. And this guy knew what the Lady Lovely Locks were. So he was like, oh, you know what those are? Those are Lady Lovely Locks. And I was like, oh yeah, these are really cool. I've never seen one before. And he was asking $50 a piece for those. I said, no. And then I asked him about the fairy tale birds, and he said the fairy tale birds were $25 a piece. So I said, we're probably not going to buy anything from this guy. I love these troll dolls. I had one or two growing up, and I actually really liked them. I think they're super cute. I like them way better than the actual troll figures. With little Ewok and a rainbow Brite. Scary E.T. Lots of really cool action figures here, and Gizmo and Shrek. This table had a lot of really cool things. Lots of different Barbies, collectible items, all different kinds of things. I like the purple dress on the one Barbie. I think that's really pretty. From Grease. Skipper set. I had a bunch of those Pokemon keychains growing up. Garfield, a lot of Garfield. Some other Barbie items up here. Some more Barbie cases, some collectible trading cards. It's gotta be an old one. Ooh, some Lisa Frank. Look at this crazy My Little Pony costume mask. I've seen ones of the ponies, but I've never seen one of Megan before. This one was wild. Look at this. A Ben Cooper costume. So cool. It was only $16. They wanted $16 for it, which is a really good price, I think. It's really random and weird. I just don't know if I'd want it in my collection. I think it's kind of creepy. Look at the Wuzzles one. I love the Wuzzles. I just wanted the boxes for the artwork. I liked the artwork way more than I liked what was in them. Couple of moon dancers here. She looked like she'd been through something. A couple of Christmas ones. Not really. Ah, the Ghostbuster figures. Little pets from Strawberry Shortcake. And then I had no idea what pony this was. This is, I believe it's Crumpet. I just looked at her and then I sat her back down. I should have seen how much she was. I mean, she could have been a wild price. I think that's supposed to be the Home Alone house. Some movies and DVDs. I loved these Yu-Gi-Oh! Action figures. I thought these were really cool. I love these books. These, like, pick your own adventure books. They're super cool. I have a couple. Who doesn't love a good Goosebumps? There were some ponies over at this one, and Now I'm kind of like, oh, I should have picked some of them up. I love this street shark. I have found 2 street sharks and not picked up either of them. They're always really beaten up. And I mean, what do you expect? It's an action figure that was meant to battle each other. I should have picked them up. I should have considered them. But this little set of ponies, these ponies were in actually really good condition. All of them originals, not reproductions. And I'm kind of like, you know what? We should have picked up a couple of these, especially Pinwheel and is it Confetti? Is the other one? She'll be coming up here in a minute.
Okay.
But for $10 a piece, I was like, oh, I don't know what this other lady's gonna have, and her prices are normally pretty good, so I was kind of holding off. Here she comes, this one. I think this is Confetti, right? Well, this show is coming back again this year, so we're going to have to pop in and see if maybe in a couple of months some of these things are still here. We're going to make sure that we go over to the lady with the ponies first, because if I run into really cool ponies like that, I know that I didn't find them for a better price with her. This little guy looks familiar, like I've seen him before. And this little ogre guy, I really liked him. Look at his face. Some Rainbow High. A few more like newer toys. This bin had some cool stuff in it. I'm not sure if some of these are little kittles in here or not. I really like Lots of Heart Elephant, but he was like, what, $27 or something like that? Some of the things in here are really expensive. Like that, I think that might be a little kittle. I'm not positive, but he's really cool, but pretty expensive, so we're not going to do that. Look at the My Little Pony ornament. We just found that one on our Christmas decorations not that long ago. Look at all the rubber ducks. Wild. And then this huge table full of stickers. This was a big bag full of Barbie clothes. We are finally over at the booth that has our My Little Pony vendor. We love her. We got a lot of stuff from her last year, so we're going to start digging through some of her bins. Look at this cool Boo. There is a pony plushie. This is Blossom. A Hasbro softie. Some Pokemon cards. We do have some ponies up here, some of the reproductions, and then we have some Windy Wings and Summer Wing type ponies up here. I believe that each one of these I already have in the collection, so I don't think there was a new one here. Some dolls in this bin. Disney and LOL. Was an equestrian girl in there. Some Rainbow High. Pokemon. Here's some other ponies. One of the big brothers with his hat. We already have him and his hat. This was cool to see in the box. For $15, it's not a bad price. Honestly, part of me is like, you should have just picked it up. But there is a really cool design your own Fluttershy. I considered that too. Lots of blind bags. There's a Cherry Mary Muffin. One of the G1 blind boxes. Quite a few Equestria Girls minis in here. Some strawberry shortcake. A darling dino, but we already got that one. I'm really hoping I find my childhood ones, but I'm kind of afraid that I got rid of them in one of the purges. Togepi and a Grumpy. Some other cute little figures down in here. A few of the G3.5 baby ponies in there. One of the baby sea ponies. I think I got all of the baby sea ponies. The only one I didn't get were, I think, the two that were baby hippogriffs. There's a couple of Dream Beauties here. This one is $50. There's this one. I've never seen one in person or held one. Really cool. That one's $80. I don't know about that. I love these Funko figures. So I have a couple of them that I was able to collect, and I can't quite remember which ones I'm missing. I'm excited to collect those when I have my G4 collection. He's pretty cute. There's a G2. Oh my gosh. One of the birth flowers. Another one of those, but he's in worse condition. Then there's that one. It's like Tots or something like that. Another mail order. There's Quackers. Really cute. I haven't ever ran into that one before. That pregnant pony is still here. She had her last year. Nobody wants her. The sailor one. We already have the sailor. Yeah, $80. Yikes. Hippity Hop. We have Mommy Sweet Celebrations. Bow tie. Gingerbread. $10 and less marked is what the sign says. There's Cupcake. Bouncy. Party Time. Mommy Apple Delight. That's a good one to find. It's so cool to have a bin of G1 My Little Ponies to dig through. There's a butterscotch. I think it was a Flatfoot one too. I can't remember exactly which ones I have in flat feet and which ones I don't. I have them marked in my checklist, but I couldn't remember. And still one. The Happy Tails ponies and Applejack. One of the baby Sparkle ponies. 20 for her by herself. I think that was the Locket. Another G2. Some Flutter ponies and pretzels down in there. Or Twist, maybe? One of the lipstick ponies. There she is. And of course, there's a baby surprise. There's Flutterby. I actually tried to pick her up a few months back for one of the birthday celebrations. Another G2 lovey-dovey or something like that. There's a whole bin of ponywear. I'm really only interested in picking up one piece of ponywear, and I think it's called the Country Jamboree. It's the exact outfit that Megan wears in the television show and the movies, so I'd really like to find that particular piece of ponywear if I could find Megan's outfit to go along with it as well. Couple of brushes. A big bag of Care Bear figures. $10 per Care Bear and $15 for the Care Bear cousins. Ooh, I love them. They're so cool. Grumpy is my favorite. And Braveheart Lion. Oh, Tenderheart. There's the bunny. Tugs. Wish Bear. Birthday Bear. I like a whole bunch of them in here. Oh, lots of Heart Elephant. She's only going to do 15 for it, and the other person wanted, what was it, 27? I'm only collecting certain ones from these particular ones because I have a favorite set of Care Bears, and that's the Care Bears that belong to the cast of the Care Bears Nutcracker. They're my favorite. And she had every single one of them. I can't get every single one. A G3 hat in there. And this bin had some G3s and it had some G4s in here. It's one of those glittery ones, the Divine Shine ponies. Guardians of Harmony figures. Peachy Pie. Really cool flower shines. Flower shine. Photo finish. Have that one. Favorites. Ooh, look at that one. It's one of the makeup ones. Magic Meadow. She's missing her balloon hat. A couple of the Christmas ones in here. Scooper's Brite. Frilly Frogs. Looks like a reproduction Applejack. Oh, cool. Oh, the Humor Crusaders. Another one of the Christmas ones. She actually has her bow on her tail. And a lot of ones that we already have. Princess Peppermint. Oh, look at Snuggle Bums. I've never seen one in person before. Monster High Doll. Oh, look, Wendy. This bin has a lot of cool plushies. Monkey Brewster. Champ Bear. Rainbow Brite's dog. Look at these giant sprites. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Popple, one of the sports ones. Some more sprites and a Care Bear down there. Share Bear. I like the blue one, but he has a chewed up hand.
Yay!
Alright, so we saw quite a few really interesting things. Some things that we didn't see, which I thought was interesting, is the one shop that had the Bitsy Bears last time. That particular shop was closed for this event, and we were there super early, like almost, I say we walked in the door probably 10 minutes after it had opened. It's just because it takes a while to figure out which door you're going in. So we were there pretty early. Not all of the tables were set up, as you saw. So there were definitely some vendors that hadn't made it there yet. And there were definitely some things that just didn't show up. We didn't see a lot of Gem and the holograms, if any. We only saw the one Bitsy Bear situation. We saw a lot more Care Bears this time around than we saw last time. Definitely a lot more My Little Pony at other locations than what we saw last time too. I'm glad to see that that was showing up a little bit there. The thing that I think I need to do next time differently is I think I need to find the lady that has the really cool My Little Pony table that has a whole bunch of awesome, wonderful things. The Sprite plushies were really tempting, but I was like, I'll get the blue one because that one would be my favorite. But he had a chewed up hand, so we weren't going there. But I think I need to find her first, because if I find her first, then I have a better idea of what my budget is leaving that table versus I need to see everything else and then go to her and purchase something, because I passed up on some ponies that I was like, I still haven't saw that table yet. I still don't know what I'm purchasing there. And I think next time we need to go to her first and then explore everything else, because that gives us the ability to say, okay, this is what she had. This is what I purchased. Now we're looking at everybody else. So I think I did it backwards. But anyway, we did find some really cool things. So let me show you. The first pony that we ran across was this one. This is Scrumptious, one of the So Soft ponies, actually from our first run of So Soft ponies. These came out, what was it, year 4? So we're looking at 1985 to 1986 for this one. Belongs to our first set. Oh my gosh, there's so many of these. We recently added Surprise to the collection, and now we've added this one. This is a really cool one. I love the watermelon for the cutie mark here. Really cute, and I love this green hair, this beautiful bright green hair. Really nice curls still in the hair. I think we just need to run a brush through it, maybe just get it a little damp so that it goes into the right way of laying, but it's so nice. And really nice flocking. We have just a little bit of discoloration here on the feet and a little bit between the leg here, but we don't see a lot of problems. A little bit of glue issue here, and it looks like whoever set the neck didn't set it on exactly correct because it's a little off there, but you can really see the cutie mark on this one, and I love that about her. Look at her really pretty green eyes. This was a strange find because it was one of the first My Little Ponies that I ran into, and I thought, oh, you know what? That's an actually pretty good condition So Soft pony. Normally, if I find them in a pretty good condition, I want to add them to the collection because they're kind of hard to find in good condition, and I'd like to have them all in the So Soft version. So I considered picking it up. The guy running the table said, you know, I'll give you a special price on these, and I thought, okay, like, what are you talking? And he's like, I don't know, what are you thinking? And the only one I was interested in was her. She was offered up for $15. And I said, well, would you take 10? And he says, for all three of them? And I said, oh no, I don't want all three of them. I just would like her. And he said, yeah, I'll do it for 10. So we added Scrumptious for $10. Scrumptious's back card would have said, it's a very hot summer day and the ponies were thinking of a way to keep cool. Let's have a snack while we decide what to do, suggested Scrumptious. She twitched her nose and heaping plates of juicy watermelon slices appeared. This is so refreshing, Twist said as she placed a piece of watermelon on her forehead to cool her brow. Scrumptious had an idea. She placed the watermelon on the ground, blinking her eyes, and the watermelon grew and grew and grew until it was a pink and green mountain. Let's play inside, Scrumptious suggested. Bouncy jumped on a seat and slid down a watermelon rind slide into a pool of tasty juice. What a wonderful way to stay cool, Shady exclaimed as the ponies played inside a magical playground. Oh man, that sounds sticky, icky, nasty. So the next ponies come from the Big My Little Pony table. I love that woman. She always has so many interesting things to look at, always right up my alley. So our next pony is this one. This is Flutterby. Flutterby comes from year 3, 1984 to 1985. We're looking at the second set of rainbow ponies here. And what's really nice about the second set of rainbow ponies is that instead of having those richer, more pastel-y type of colors to the hair, we have these really bright neon colors. And I love whenever they use this surprise yellow hair. Really, really pretty. I love that one. So we saw a couple different ponies from this collection. We actually ran into Confetti and Pinwheel, and I'm kind of like, you know what, I should have picked them up. But if we see them the next time this show comes around, we're going to definitely see about picking them up. The So Soft Crumpet, I think it was, that we saw. Another one, I should have asked how much that one was, but I was just like, oh my gosh, I already spent some money here, so maybe I shouldn't. She's in pretty good condition, a little dirty, nice purple eyes there. The thing about these we always want to be careful with is the cutie mark. We want to make sure that we do have our glitter there, and we don't have a lot of rust. Sometimes these rust and they're really nasty. She's got really nice cutie marks. We do have this little black spot on her foot here. But she is 1984 and Hong Kong, one that I didn't have before, or at least I believe that I didn't have, because I still haven't fully went through my actual childhood collection. So I'm surprised by some of the ponies that are in there that I just don't remember. And I think it's just one of those things like, what were the toys that really stuck out in your mind? I had a lot of My Little Ponies, but what ones do I like severely remember versus the other ones? Those are the interesting ones. Flutterby's story read, "It was daybreak on a beautiful spring morning. Dawn raised her head while the sun rose over the hill. The honeybees in the garden buzzed happily over flower to flower, collecting nectar to make honey for their hive. A magical Pegasus with rainbow-colored hair hovered over the beautiful flower garden. The bees stopped to stare at her. 'She looks just like a rare rainbow butterfly,' one bee whispered to the other. The Pegasus gracefully flew down and said to the bees, 'Your sweet smell so flowers. Your flowers smell so sweet. May I pick some to take back with me?' When the Pegasus gets excited, she gets her mix all talked up. The bees buzzed excitedly. 'What's your name?' they asked. 'Butterfly.' 'Oh, no. It's Flutterby,' the Pegasus answered, giggling at her own mistake. The bees thought that Flutterby was beautiful and very funny, so they gave her a huge bouquet of flowers and a large pot of their sweetest honey. Flutterby was actually a character that we see quite common in the UK comics, from my understanding. She was good friends with Septa Spider, who once saved her when she hurt her wing. According to the comics, her birthday is actually March 28th. And this particular pony has quite a few variants, somewhere around 18 or so. I couldn't pass up an opportunity to add another one of the Loving family ponies to the collection. I am out of the US versions of them anyways, if we don't count the extra children, I'm just missing Mommy Apple Delight and baby sister Apple Delight. So when I saw her, I thought, you know what, I'm taking the opportunity and adding her to the collection. I love the apples, so cute. I feel like it's just Apple family history. And she's a little bit dingy. She's not a bright white. She's kind of yellowed. Look at her big pupils. Look at that. Look at this pupil compared to this pupil. Questionable. So she's got, I would say, okay hair, but do you see how some spots look like maybe they're cut right here? So I'm not quite positive, but I feel like there's possibly some areas that have been cut here. Got some really long pieces compared to some shorter ones, but I'm okay with that. I think she's still really pretty. I'm pretty excited to add another one. She had a tag on her, so any of the ones in the bin that did not have a tag, I think that they were $5. I feel like the thing said $10 unless otherwise noted, so it's odd that it had $10 on it. And I think they were $5 last time, and then the G3s were $3 a piece, or were they $2 a piece? Something along those lines. But she had a tag on her. She was $10. The Loving family ponies come from year 7, so 1988 to 1989. I believe last year at this show, we picked up Daddy Apple Delight, so it's really fun to add Mommy Apple Delight. Maybe the next time we go, we'll find Baby Daughter Apple Delight. Something interesting to note that in the United States, we had a family of 3, but it seems like in Europe, they had a family of 4, so they got the baby sister and the baby brother in their set. And the back of the family's box said, it was apple picking day in Ponyland. Daddy Apple Delight picked apples and gave them to Mommy Apple Delight to put in a basket. I'm too little to reach the branches, said Baby Apple Delight, trying to reach an apple. Smiling at Baby Apple Delight, Daddy Apple Delight placed a leaf on the ground, and Mommy Apple Delight placed an apple on the leaf. When they blinked their eyes, the leaf and apple grew into a baby-sized tree filled with tiny red apples. I can pick these apples, laughed Baby Apple Delight, taking an apple from the little tree and placing it in the basket. I also picked up this one of our Sweetheart Sister style ponies, and this is one that has the magical lipstick that shows up. This is Ruby Lips. She comes from the Sweet Kisses ponies. I'm really excited to add an extra one of these. I think last year we added Loving Kisses to the collection from this show and from this seller. Look at that really cool cutie mark. Do you feel like bright cutie marks like this have any bleed into the vinyl? I feel like this one has a slight glow to it. She's got tinsel in her mane, none in her tail, and her lips definitely do have the lipstick style there. They come and go with cold and warm water. I'm imagining that it's probably cold enough that the lips are there. I don't know. She kind of just has them. She's really pretty. I love the blue and then the bright hot pink cutie mark. Really pretty. She also had a tag on her, so she was $12. The Sweet Kisses ponies came with a lipstick tube accessory. It would have been a yellow lipstick tube that came with Ruby Lips. Isn't that funny? Don't you think it should have been red? The tubes had a small sponge in them, and when you dabbed the sponge on cold water and applied it to the pony, the lipstick would appear on the pony's lips. When you gave her a kiss, the heat from the kiss would make the lipstick disappear. So that was the whole idea of the gimmick here. Ruby Lips' story was entitled A Kiss of Color. It read, it was the evening of the Valentine's Day party in Ponyland. The Sweet Kisses ponies stood before a mirror, admiring their glamorous gowns and sparkling hairstyles. They looked lovely, but they wanted an extra special look for tonight's romantic party. Spotting a rose bush outside the window, each pony plucked a red petal and blew a magical kiss on it. Poof! The petals changed into tubes of rosy lipstick for the ponies to wear. When the Sweet Kisses ponies arrived at the party, their colorful new look was the hit of the evening. It's always exciting to find one of the magic message ponies, especially because I don't remember growing up with very many of these. I only remember having Wendy, and that was from a trade in elementary school. So I'm pretty excited to add another magic message pony. This is Magic Hat. Magic message ponies come from year 6, so 1997 to 1988. Their gimmick is this really fun cutie mark here, and when applying a heat to them are supposed to reveal a message. This one here reveals 2 images, one on each side, which is common for these. I don't see that this actually works when I apply this type of heat, like from my thumb. I wonder if I applied maybe like a warm cloth to it, if we might see it. But here's the thing, when I washed one of these recently, I had like warm water, not hot water, but warm water that I washed them in, and it washed that cutie mark right off. So be careful when washing these or giving them some cleaning. On this side, this one's really faded, and we can almost see what the image is. Can you see that there? This is a bunny. It's got a little bow tie on. And then on this side, this is a chicken, a little chick, and you can see the 2 eyes and the beak in there. Really nice. I love the purple and then the strip of that bright red, blue eyes. Oh, and by the way, did you know that some of these have, if not all of them, they have a cheek symbol? There is a little magic wand here with magical marks or maybe like tapping marks right there. So there is a magic wand on her cheek. Really cool. The story for Magic Hat goes like this. Abracadabra, presto, changeo, Magic Hat chanted, trying to pull a rabbit from her hat. But her trick didn't work. You forgot to wave the wand, said a little bird flying by. Magic Hat tried the trick again and followed the bird's advice. It worked, she's saying as she pulled out a bunny. Suddenly, the hat started to wobble. Magic Hat reached down and pulled out another bunny. And another. And yet another. All it takes is a little magic, Magic Hat laughed, hopping around with the bunnies. Something that was really cool that this particular seller offered on their table, you saw them, 2 Dream Beauties. I have never had an opportunity. I think I did have one opportunity in a Whatnot haul to actually pick up a Dream Beauty. I was not successful in picking those up at that time. That's the only time I feel like I've ever ran across them in an opportunity to purchase them. Most of the time when I look them up on eBay and things like that, they're really expensive and kind of beyond that budget. I kind of like to set a budget of about $50. I don't really want to go over that. Sometimes you're going to a little bit with shipping and things like that, but I try to set a base price of $50. Don't really want to go over that per pony if necessary. There's definitely some, you're going to have to spend a little bit more on to get and add to the collection. She had 2 of them there, and they were both in pretty good condition, and both of them were different prices. So one was $50, one was $80, and I decided I have to add one of those to the collection. It's definitely one of my musts from this table. So the Dream Beauties, labeled as all grown-up My Little Ponies, resembled horses more than ponies. Only 6 sets of Dream Beauties were produced, so 18 horses in total, in 3 different poses. They had long, brushable manes and tails, much like traditional My Little Ponies. Their bodies, however, were hard plastic. A row of pearly plastic beads ran down both sides of their manes, and Dream Beauties were only available in year 8. Like the petite ponies, Dream Beauties were all Pegasi or Earth ponies, no unicorns. So these Dream Beauties are very similar to like Grand Champions or things like that. What are the other ones? Briar horses or something like that. There's another one that people could dress up and diddle with back in the day. I had Grand Champions. I liked the ones that were realistic horses when it came to those. So the one that I picked up is this one. I had to have the yellow one. I thought she was really pretty. I loved the colors in her hair, and I really liked the yellow and the purple. She's really, really cool. This one is Morning Glory from the Dream Beauties. She's a rainbow beauty. So there are a couple different kinds of Dream Beauties. We have the high flying beauties. They're the ones that have the wings. The rainbow beauties, which is what both of the ones we saw at the table were. She had Morning Glory, and then the white one that we saw, that was Sky Splasher. There is a blue one that goes to that mix as well, and that's Wind Sweeper. I thought it was Wind Weeper at first. I thought, what an odd name. Shimmering Beauties, they're the clear ones that have glitter in the bodies. Showtime Beauties have kind of like a saddly look to them, almost like the carousel ponies. We have Sweet Perfume Beauties. They have a cutie mark that opens up like a locket, and then inside there's like a little perfume or something you could rub your finger on and put on and smell. And then there is the Trim and Grow Beauties. They had a piece of hair that you could pull out, and then they had special scissors that you could use to cut it. They came with some hair accessories, things like that, kind of hair play ones. The rainbow ones, they do have a rainbow style of hair. So we've got 4 different colors here. We have white, pink, blue, and green. And their cutie mark is swirly across the body. This one we have blue and purple swirls. We have little purple birds. And we have a sun here rising. Really, really pretty. There's a few scratches and scritchies on here. Not too bad overall. She does have makeup. Her eyes are pink, and she has purple eyeshadow. There's the rows of beads that we were talking about along the mane. I think they're really pretty. Really pretty. Super excited to add one of these to the collection. One of those ones that I didn't think I would have good, successful luck adding to the collection without spending a lot of money, and I did. I mean, she was $50, so I did choose that one. Thankfully, the one that I really liked was the $50 one and not a crazy expensive $80 one, which would have been a little bit more out of my price range. I didn't think I could attain one of these, so I was so excited to be able to have one and add it to my collection. It's my very first Dream Beauty. We finally have one, guys. And the other G1 thing that we picked up was one of the G1 plushies that we saw. This seller had 2 plushies at their table. They had a plushie of Blossom, and the other plushie was of Wendy. So the plushie ponies, they were the soft huggable plush versions of the My Little Ponies. They became available early in the My Little Pony timeline, while most of these cuddly plush ponies were manufactured by Hasbro under the Hasbro Softies label. A few were made by the Applause Company. The adult plush ponies stood about 10 inches high, and the baby ones stood about 7 inches high. All of the plush ponies had brushable manes and tails and plastic eyes. Many of the Hasbro Softies were available in 2 different poses. The plush ponies manufactured by Hasbro all had embroidered symbols, while the Applause plushies came in 2 different versions, one with an embroidered symbol and one with a painted symbol. And the one that I picked up is this one. I picked up Wendy, and I picked up Wendy because I remember having her as a child. I remember this particular plushie. I remember having a couple different My Little Pony ones growing up, and this was one of the ones that I had. I remember thinking that they were kind of ugly, because they kind of are. They kind of are. They're not the cutest things. They're not the best plushies. Her eye's a little scuffed, but not too bad. Not too bad. Look at that. There's even little tags. I don't know if they're original or not. They could be tags from price tags for shows and stuff. Who knows? We'll have to cut those off. Embroidered wind cutie mark here, and then she does have the rainbow hair in blue and green and yellow and pink. So she is also a Hasbro Softies version. So excited to add her back to the collection. She was a childhood pony for me. I remember my aunt and mom having a rummage sale at one point. I was getting rid of some of my stuff. And I remember wanting to get rid of some of the plushies that I had, and some of them were the My Little Pony ones. I was going to let those go because I thought they were kind of ugly. I really cared about just the ponies themselves. And I put them out on the table, and I was in my aunt's house while this was going on in the yard, and I kept thinking about it and thinking about it. And I said, no, I just can't let them go. I can't let them go. I have to go out and get them and pull them back. So I ran outside to get them, and at that time, there was a little girl purchasing Wendy and walking away with her. I can still see it to this day in my mind, and I ran out and grabbed the other ones and came back inside with them. So Wendy was lost at a rummage sale, and now I finally added her back to the collection. That's a really cool one to add to the collection. We did pick up a couple of G3 ponies. This time around, I did not pick up as many G3 ponies as I did last time. There wasn't a lot of options for G3s like there was last time. I also was it was a little bit harder for me to kind of remember which ones I was really looking for versus ones that I wasn't when I was looking through. And I'm starting to have quite a collection of G3, so I'm running into more often than not ones that I already have in the collection. So one of the first ones that we picked up out of that bin is a sparkle pony, and that was this one. This one here is Peachy Pie. Peachy Pie has a peach and then a peach blossom for a cutie mark, glitter on the cutie mark and glitter on the forehead. We have green eyes with little stars in them. White heart here. There's the magnet. The hair is white and almost the same color as her body. This really light pink, almost like a bazooka bubblegum kind of pink. She's really pretty. Really pretty. So I kind of felt like I really and truly needed her. And I took a chance on getting her because there's several that have like a peach type of name, theme, cutie mark, and I wasn't 100% positive, but I felt like this was the one that I needed. Definitely was. She comes from the second set of Sparkle ponies. Looking at 2004 FriendCHIP Ball era, she belongs to the set that came out with Desert Blossom, Denim Blue, and Rainbow Swirl. This means the only one from this second set of Sparkle ponies that we're missing is Desert Blossom. The back card for Peachy Pie did have some information, and we did see her once upon a time in some animation. She was featured in A Very Minty Christmas, so if you're a fan of A Very Minty Christmas, you might recognize Peachy Pie. The back of her box said, "Need a hug? Then take a walk over to Peachy Pie's house." This loving pony always has plenty of big warm hugs for her friends. Sit down with a cup of tea and a fluffy blanket, and she'll have you feeling good as new. And in that tub was also one of the Divine Shine ponies. I'm kind of getting in the habit, I kind of get an idea of what the colors are, so I'm feeling a little more comfortable and confident picking them up. But I'm also kind of getting in the habit of just picking them up whenever I see them, because I feel like it's going to be a constant game of is this one in better condition than the one that I currently have, and kind of always playing the game of upgrading it. So I did pick up one of the Divine Shine ponies. They come from 2006 Crystal Princess era, and they are reminiscent of the Sparkle ponies from G1. There's 4 of them, and we've ran into a couple of them, and boy oh boy were their condition a little rough. This time around we found this one, and she is pink, lots of glitter. We can definitely still see the glitter in this one. Sometimes that fades over time. We've got a white heart there, and there's the magnet. Her cutie mark is this kind of flower garland here. She does have tinsel in her hair. Her tail is just pink and purple, but her mane, and it has a rubber band in it, is that pink and purple, and then a strip of white. She's got really pretty green eyes, a little bit of green up here. I can see that. Hearts in her eyes. She's not sticky or anything, and she feels like she's in pretty good condition. She does look pretty similar to the picture for her in terms of what color her body should be. I feel like she might be just a little bit darker than what she originally started out as. I feel like they'll kind of orangify themselves. So this is Flower Garland, Flower Garden. So this is Flower Garland, and Flower Garland is kind of like a pinky purple, and then Tangerine Twinkle is the orange one, Secret Wish is the light pink or bright pink one, and then Glitter Bell is the purple one. We keep finding Secret Wish, and every time I pick up Secret Wish, I think that it's Tangerine Twinkle because she's orange, and I'm trying to find a pink one. Flower Garland does have a story on the back of her box, and Flower Garland's story said that she is a pony born in October, and her favorite color is powder blue. Her favorite gems are pearls, and she loves to collect fancy purses. The first thing you'll notice about this pretty pony is her translucent pink tone and all over sparkles. What a unique pony to add to your collection. And the last G3 pony that I picked up from the seller was this one. This is a Pinkie Pie. She comes from a little bit later in the game. She's from around 2008. We're looking at the 25th anniversary celebration collection. She has the little hanger here, meaning that she can wear the plastic clothing. We don't have a magnet in the hoof any longer at this point. She's got a cutie mark that does go down her leg here in yellow balloons, glitter in both her mane and tail. And then what makes this one special is she has this makeup. So she has eyeshadow. Look at the little pink hearts in her eyes. And then she has balloons that go over her forehead, and she has that pink gradient in her forehead and ears there. So pretty. I love these ones. I think they're really, really pretty. So when I saw this, I said, let me go ahead and grab her. I couldn't quite remember whether or not they had a lot of accessories or anything to them, so I wasn't sure if I was picking up one that had like a special hat or something that held, you know how these favorite friends ones are a little bit later in the game, 2007, 2008, that's like, we can find the ponies, but finding that single accessory that they came with is kind of a pain in the butt. So I wasn't sure if they came with any accessories. These ponies didn't come with accessories, they just came with brushes. They came with bow brushes at this time. These ponies are the makeup ponies. They're a favorite friends collection. This is the 4th set of them. And while they're officially part of the favorite friends set, most people refer to them as the makeup ponies. They have heavy eyeshadow, painted foreheads, and embellished cutie marks. And this would have the core 7 characters. So we have Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, Cheerilee, Scootaloo, Star Song, Sweetie Belle, and Toolaroola. There were also some G4 ponies there, and I'm always excited to take a look at some G4 ponies. I didn't pick up a lot of them, so I'm always interested if there are some characters that are maybe special for the main six, or some of those background characters we really love. So I picked up this Sweetie Belle. Sweetie Belle had quite a few different releases, so sometimes we see her facing this way, sometimes we see her facing this way. It's kind of hard to tell because she doesn't really have a cutie mark, so you don't really know like which is the actual display side for her. There's a hair variant out there that we're looking for when it comes to Sweetie Belle. There's one that has like a purple forelock and then a pink mane piece or something along those lines. That's not this one. This is one of the regular ones. So it's not the 2010 Sweet Boutique because she's missing her hair forelock if it was that one. This is just a regular one. There's quite a few different times that this type of Sweetie Belle would have been released out. She could be from any one of the 5 releases that had this similar type of Sweetie Belle. And the other G4 pony that I picked up was this one. This is Twinkle Shine. I love a good background character. The only thing with this one is we do see some discoloration from the head and the body. It's not that bad on the shelf. It doesn't even really look that bad on camera. But I kind of feel like when I find one of these really special characters out in the wild like that, I want to pick it up, even if it does have a little bit of discoloration, if it's not like super bad. Because I feel like even if I had bought this originally, it could end up looking like this, and then it would be like, I can't get rid of it because I already have it, and it's, you know, a special one because you bought it back then. So I'm really excited to add this to the collection. I love finding these early background characters. She comes from the Playful Ponies right around 2011, so not too shortly after the beginning of G4. This is a huge collection. It had 4 waves of Playful Ponies. These came with the baskets and pets. So that's kind of what we're looking at when we talk about the Playful Ponies. The Playful Ponies were released over the course of a year, and it's actually one of the largest sets for G4. Every pony in the set comes with an animal friend. The first wave consisted of the main cast of Friendship is Magic and 2 additional characters. Daisy Dream is packaged with Fluttershy, and Rainbow Flash packaged with Rainbow Dash were available as part of bonus packs outside of the United States. Though previously an Earth pony, Rainbow Flash is now a unicorn in this set. Twinkle Shine would have came with a blue koala friend, a bright pink saddle, and an orange comb. The other pony from this set that I have is Snowcatcher. We got her in our first like Christmas video, or maybe we got her for our first My Little Pony Advent Calendar Christmas. That one would have came with a pink cat friend. I did also pick up some of the Care Bears. I'm so excited I waited. I mean, I didn't want to pay $28 for one of these, but she was offering them for, I believe, $10 a piece for the Care Bears and $15 for the Care Bear Cousins. My favorite Care Bear movie is the Care Bears Nutcracker. Watch it almost every single Christmas. I did watch it this past Christmas. And I just really wanted the cast of that movie out of these figures. I don't really care about all the Care Bears. My favorite is always Grumpy. Outside of Grumpy, I would say I'm really a fan of Friend Bear, and I really like Secret Bear and Best Friend Bear. But I love the cast of this particular Care Bear movie, and they're my favorite Care Bears. So I added a couple of them to the collection. They had all of them, but I tried to show some restraint because I knew it was going to be kind of expensive picking up the Dream Beauty. But I did pick up the other baby Care Bear. This is Baby Hugs, because the other one, the blue one, is Tugs. Have to have Hugs and Tugs. I almost considered picking up the other one because mine has that little pinpoint in the forehead, but I was like, no, we're not going to do that. Maybe once we have all of them, then we'll consider picking up some replacements. So I do have her to add to the collection. And of course, I had to pick up Grumpy. Grumpy is my favorite Care Bear. I love him so freaking much. He cracks me up all the time. Great little tuft of hair on top of his head. Really, these guys just had some paint rub on their noses. Other than that, they were all in really good shape. Really good shape. So excited to have Grumpy to add to the collection. I freaking love Grumpy. And in the Care Bears Nutcracker, he's so funny. So funny. Then they had Braveheart Lion. Braveheart Lion and Lots of Heart Elephant are my favorites when it comes to the Care Bear cousins. I also really like Noble Heart Horse. But we don't really see too much merch for him. I love his cutie mark with the crown and the heart. And he does have a little tuft of hair here as well. His nose is a little scuffed up. Other than that, he's in pretty good condition. Look at his tail. So cute. So excited to add these guys to the collection. And then I only picked up one other one. I decided to leave two of them behind because I figured they were probably a little bit easier for me to run across if I was going to run across them again. So the other one I picked up was Lots of Heart Elephant, one of my favorite Care Bears. I love him so much. I'd say he's probably my favorite Care Bear cousin. I love a good elephant. I just love his character. Look at his little feet and his wrinkly knees. So cute. And his little heart-shaped trunk. He does have a little tuft up hair here. I love that they're all in good condition, not looking like they were cut, and nice curl. He's so stinking cute. Look at his little wrinkles back here. His little elbow wrinkles and his little tail. Oh my gosh. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. I had to add them to the collection. Now I'm just missing Funshine Bear and Tenderheart Bear. They were there, but I really just didn't think I should spend that extra money until I saw what else was there. I kind of try to keep it to My Little Pony, especially with the majority of my budget. I try to make sure that it's more My Little Pony centered. If I do see something that I'm like, oh, you know what, I could actually really want that, I would think about it. But most of the things that I saw outside of My Little Ponies were a little more expensive, and I decided not to go for them. This was a little more expensive. I just went with these Care Bears when it came to something outside of My Little Pony, because this cast of characters is super special to me. I love the Care Bear Nutcracker movie. It's just so good. So good. So these Care Bears are super special to me. We'll find a Funshine and Tenderheart down the line somewhere and add them to the collection. And then my particular collection of these figures will be complete once I have them. All right, that's everything that I picked up from this show. I only bought from 2 sellers there. I think the next time around, like I said, we're going to go to the My Little Pony table first, do that, and then kind of look around, and then I think we'll be more apt to add other things to the collection and sort of understand what our budget is beyond that table instead of doing the instead of doing it vice versa. When you do purchase from this lady, she does give you a mystery bag, and this is supposed to have little blind bag figures. These could be G4 figures or G3 figures from the blind bags. So I haven't opened it yet. I wanted to wait until we did this haul video to see what came in here. So ooh, we can see down in there, it looks like there's an Applejack. We do have an Applejack, so a G4 blind bag Applejack. That's a pretty good one to have. So a little Applejack. Ooh, look at this one. She is pink and glittery and sparkly, and look at her cutie mark. It's like a magic wand. At first I thought it was Rhodes. It's a magic wand with little sparkles and ribbons on it. How cool is she? I don't know who she is. I didn't have time to look up who these were because I didn't open it before doing it here with you. So that's a mystery pony. If you know who she is, tell me in the comments. Ooh, and the last one is another main 6 character. This is Rainbow Dash, and I love these ones because they have the extra painted details, the cutie marks all over, part of the cutie mark magic line. Look at the green in her hair up here. The painting on the wings. How cool. I don't think I have any that are like this that I remember. I got that big box of them that time. I was going to go there the other day, and I decided against it. The snow is really keeping me a little bit closer than some of those farther away locations. But that little baggie had 3 blind bag ponies for us for free, just for making a purchase. I really enjoy working with that woman. She's got a lot of really interesting ponies and other toys, and I always find something fun to add to the collection. I don't see a lot of G1 ponies out and about, so it's always really fun to like see a table of them or bins of them and be able to dig through them. And then I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. And then your mind goes blank and you're just like, what ones do I buy? So I really enjoy being able to go to this show. It is coming back. It looks like it's coming back in March. So I'm going to try and make another trip out there. And March, it will be much better than it is in December when it comes to snow. So we had to book it. We really had to move through that show. So we moved through it a little bit faster. It was a little bit smaller. We didn't go to every location, I don't believe. We wanted to move because of the snow coming in. So we wanted to make sure we at least got up there, got to the show, and then got home safely. All right, well, that's everything that I picked up at the Rochester Village Gate Toy Show this time. I am really excited to add these to the collection. I love that we got our very first Dream Beauty. We replaced a childhood pony that got sold at a rummage sale and added a whole bunch of fun new ponies to the collection, G1, G3, a couple G4, and then we found a couple of our Care Bear figures that belong to the cast of the Care Bears Nutcracker. Really fun, super, super cool show. I like going to that, and I love being able to pick up some in-person pony purchases. Well, thanks so much for hanging out and for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you don't miss the next time we open something from My Little Pony or we end up at a random toy show. And if we aren't friends yet, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and stick around. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.